Today, we're gonna fix the rot holes on my 1971 Datsun 240z. For the rust repairs, we have this entire piece of metal that's gonna come out. You can see there is some pretty nasty rust. And then on top of that, we got some bubbling here where this piece meets this piece. You can see it kind of comes up here, and they're spot welded in areas, but we've got some pretty severe bubbling going on. And if you look over here, we got the same issue, some pretty nice bubbling. If you look under here, you can see there is some great stuff going on. Quite a bit of rust up there. So yeah, this whole piece is gonna get replaced with this piece. So we'll drill the spot welds out, throw some welding primer on the back, and then weld this thing in. On the side here, on the rear corridor, we have a nice chunk of rust. We also have a pretty decent dent, which is kind of hard to see, but it is a dent. So this piece of metal, just like this, is going to sit on top of this piece of metal, and it's spot welded here. So we're gonna remove this, we're gonna clean up all the metal under here, and then we'll weld a new piece on. But one thing is that this bend here in this, it's kind of crappy, you know? So if you look here at the bend, it's got a really nice, fine, defined body line. And on this one, it kind of sucks. Like the body line, it's like maybe they just didn't roll over it hard enough with the metal roller, but it just does not look good. It does not look like a clean line. It looks like I'm gonna have to use a lot of body filler to make it look good. So the idea here is that this piece gets cut about right underneath. Lucky enough for us, the rot stops about here. So I'm thinking I should be able to chop here, pull out this piece, this entire piece, and do the same thing here and put the new piece in. And that will keep the original nice body line. Feeling behind here, it feels really solid. Like the rust literally stops right there. So I think we'll be good to just chop it and then weld it back here. We're gonna get started here with the rear hatch piece. We're gonna remove this. We gotta drill out all the spot welds. We're gonna be using two tools, a small drill bit to drill pilot holes in the middle of a spot weld, and then a spot weld removal tool. We got all the spot welds drilled out. I'll show you guys the rust. Not that great. And there's a few holes. Definitely didn't look this bad. This side specifically, I mean, it's a massive hole right here, but basically all of this is gonna have to get cut out and replaced. And the same thing here, kind of like everything here is gonna have to get replaced. This looks solid, but this, I mean, there's like straight up a hole right there. Yeah, definitely worse than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh God. Right through the middle of my shirt. Ha!
First layer of defense, second layer of defense. Did not penetrate, but got really close. Oh man, that would have sucked. Ugh. Okay, maybe I should wear some protection on my stomach. So I can't spot weld on this top panel because my spot welder, it's impossible for me to get behind here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drill a few holes in this piece, and then I'll fill in that hole on this panel. It'll be like a fake spot weld. So that is it for the rust repair on the Datsun 240z. A few years ago when I started this project, I did the floorboards. There were some little bit of rust holes here and there, and I patched those. So the majority of all the rust problems on this car are finished and dealt with, finally. So the non-fun part of this restoration rebuild thing that I'm doing with the Datsun. There's obviously some other issues that I still need to work out. Yeah, the rust is done. I still need to clean the entire body off and paint it, which is also not gonna be fun. But after that, we can get to the fun stuff and actually build this car and put it together. So I know it's been a few months since I posted, and I know I said that I was gonna get back into posting regularly, but then I built a car for SEMA. So I didn't know I was going to SEMA. And then all of a sudden, basically after I restarted the Datsun, I figured out that I was going to SEMA, So I built this car in like 2 months. It's a K-swapped GR86 with a wide body from my new company, Aero 404. So a little taste of what is to come with the Datsun. It's a pretty sick car. I will probably do a video on all the things that I built for it. A lot of little custom bits and pieces. Yeah, it's a really cool car. The Datsun, what's next? It's probably sanding, painting, sandblasting. I have a tubular front for the radiator sport area. This whole area is pretty mangled. You can kind of see the metal's like really messed up. It was in an accident before I got it. And the plan was always to like do something with that area, rebuild it. And I finally figured out that I would be doing a tubular front, and I had Altered Intent make it for me. He did a great job. It's super cool, and I can't wait to show you guys. That'll be a whole episode. We're gonna chop the front out, weld in plates, and then put in the tubular front. I gotta get a roll cage and a few other things before painting. The fun part of the Datsun is coming very soon. I also did a bunch of CAD for the car when in the past few months while I've been off and on. So I have a lot of really cool parts to show you guys and start kind of like voting on some different design ideas for different parts of the car. So yeah, next time.